So we are in the sixth verse. Yeah, we are in this purport. So this is a very elaborate purport Prabhupada is discussing. So today's section will try to discuss about Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva also, and then we'll start discussing about different incarnations. But there is some interesting information that is given in Laghu Bhagavatam about Lord Shiva and Brahma. We'll just read the purport and then we'll discuss what are different types of Brahmas, different types of Shivas, and their places. So it's a very interesting. We'll just read this purport and then we'll discuss on that. And we have completed first para, so we'll go for the second and now. In different millennium, there are different incarnations and they are innumerable, although some of them are very prominent, such as Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Rama, Narsimha, Vamana, and many others. These incarnations are called Leela incarnations. Then there are qualitative incarnations such as Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, or Rudra. Lord Vishnu is non-different from the personality of Godhead. Lord Shiva is the marginal position. He is in the marginal position between the personality of Godhead and the living entities or the jivas. Brahma is always a jiva tattva. The highest pious living being or the greatest devotee of the Lord is empowered with the potency of Lord for creation and he is called Brahma. His power is like the power of sun reflected in valuable stones and jewels. That means this power is Krishna's power, it is getting reflected. When there is no such living being to take charge of the post of Brahma, the Lord himself becomes a Brahma and takes charge of the post. Lord Shiva is not an ordinary living being. He is the plenary portion of Lord. This is very important. He is Swamsha. But because Lord Shiva is in direct touch with the material nature, he is not exactly in the same transcendental position as Lord Vishnu. The difference is like that between milk and yogurt. Yogurt is nothing but milk and yet it cannot be used in place of milk. The next incarnations are Manus. Within 1 day's duration of life of Brahma, which is calculated by our solar years as 4,300,000 years into 1000, there are 14 Manus. Therefore, there are 420 Manus in 1 month of Brahma and 5040 Manus in 1 year of Brahma, and Brahma life for over 100 years of his age, and therefore there are 5040 into 100, that is 504,000 Manus in the duration of Brahma's life. There are innumerable universes with one Brahma in each of them, and all of them are created and annihilated during the breathing time of Purusha. Therefore, one can simply imagine how many millions of Manus there are during one breath of Purusha. So this Purusha is Mahavishnu. He just blinks his eyes and that's all. Whole creation is out. He just opens his eyes, the creation starts, and this the vision of Lord falls on Pradhana, which becomes Mahatattva, and then it becomes agitated, that is Sutra Tattva, and then we'll see all the other things are manifested. So the scientists also say that the creation gets into black hole and then it again energizes, and after energizing it will again come back. So that hole is the pores of Mahavishnu, which we understand. So something matches. Even scientists, because of their samadhi in research, Lord is revealing something to them. And it's nice. The Manus who are prominent within this universe are as follows. Satyasena as Uttama Manu, Hari as Tamas Manu, Vaikunta as Raivata Manu, Ajita as Chakshu Manu, Vamana as Vayavashvata Manu. The present is under the Vayavashvata Manu. Swayambhu Sarvabhauma as Savarni Manu, Rishabha as Daksha Savarni Manu, Vishwaksena as Brahma Savarni Manu, Dharmasetu as Dharma Savarni Manu, and Sudhama as Rudra Savarni Manu, Yogeshwara as Deva Savarni Manu, and Bhanu as Indra Savarni Manu. These are the names of one set of 14 Manus covering 4,300,000 solar rays as described above. means these are all posts, so people will change in this post. Then there are yuga avatars are incarnations of millennium. The yugas are known as Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali. The incarnations of each yuga are of different colors. The colors are white, red, black and yellow. In Dwapara yuga, Lord Krishna is black color, in black color appears, and in Kali yuga, Lord Chaitanya in yellow color appeared. So all the incarnations of Lord are mentioned in the revealed scriptures. There is no scope for an imposture to become an incarnation. So this is very important. Prabhupada is trying that it is already mentioned who will come. And all these 22 incarnations which we are going to buy at today, there is a very nice technique to memorize all of them, such which we will see. So if you are telling your incarnation, it should be given in the scripture. For an incarnation must be mentioned in the Shastras. You may say, what about Lord Chaitanya? Is Channa Avatar. Yes, his name is also mentioned and is nicely explained in 11th canto by Karvajan Muni. That maybe for Gaura Purnima, we will try to discuss that also. How very, very nicely it is mentioned, and it's very important that we all should know how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is nicely explained in Bhagavatam 11th canto. An incarnation does not declare himself to be incarnation of Lord, except for Krishna, nobody says. But great sages agree by symptoms mentioned in the revealed scriptures. The features of the incarnation and that particular type of mission which he has to execute are mentioned in the revealed scriptures. And Arjuna also said, Asita, Devala, Vyasa, Swayam Cheda. So all these great sages said, and you are also telling. Apart from direct incarnation, there are innumerable empowered incarnations. They are also mentioned in the revealed scriptures. Such incarnations are directly as well as indirectly empowered. When they are directly empowered, they are called incarnations. But when they are indirectly empowered, they are called vibhutis. Directly empowered incarnations are Kumara, Narada, Prathu, Shesha, Ananda, etc. As far as vibhutis are concerned, there are very explicitly described in Bhagavad Gita in the Vibhuti Yoga chapter, that is 10th chapter. Different types of incarnation. The fountainhead is, see, this is Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Pradyumna. So all the incarnations come from here. So I'll just, we will just revise what we discussed about Brahma and all. Just few things. So I promise to tell Brahma and Shiva, they are associated with Rajas and Tamas. And of course, according to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in Bhagavatam 3rd canto, it is there are three forms of Brahma. One is Hiranyagarbha Brahma, Vairaja Brahma, and then there is who is Hiranyagarbha Brahma is in a very settled form, only Lord can see, and he is meant for only enjoyment. So that much is explained. And he is in a different form. And then there is Vairaja Brahma, all the total elements are existing in him. And he comes from the lotus stem and he is meant for creating. And then there is four-headed Brahma who preaches Vedas. So that's what is explained. Vairaja Brahma is involved in, of course, he also preaches, he is more in creation and preaching. But four-headed Brahma is born for preaching the Vedas. That is what is Kurma Purana also says. This is from Laghu Bhagavatam. And there are proofs that there are two types of four-headed Brahmas, and sometimes Lord Vishnu takes the post of Brahma also. And during that one day, means one Mahakalpa, one day of Brahma, that time Lord Vishnu is there. So Brahma also stays in the same planet, or Brahma is in the inside the body of the Lord, or, and also it is mentioned that Brahma, even though he is not carrying on his duty, Lord is doing, but he experienced the wealth of enjoyment offered by the Devatas when he is merged in Vishnu. So by taking the work of Brahma, he is taking the work of Brahma, but enjoyment of Brahma is not taken by Vishnu. He gives his enjoyment to Brahma, he will get his enjoyment. So he said Lord Vishnu is very generous. And he is also called Avatar because he is Avesh Avatar. Brahma is also called Avesh Avatar because he is carrying out the duties of the Lord. And then there is another description that Brahma is born from three places. One is from the navel of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, or he appears on the water of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, from light, from air. So all these things that is mentioned. Now about Rudra, Lord Shiva, he has 11 expansions and 8 types of forms. So this is mentioned. And according to Mahabharata, the 11 expansions, and in Bhagavatam also the 11 expansions, but the names are different, which is given in Mahabharata and which is given in Bhagavatam. In Mahabharata, it is Aja, Aribhu, Tha, Virupa, Bhurupa, Trayambaka, Savitra, Jayanta, Panaki, and Aparajita. And whereas in Bhagavatam, the names are which are given for 11 Rudras are Shiva, Ritvijaya, Ugratirtha, Bhava, Kala, Vamadeva, Dattatreya, Darvat, Datravarta, Dravatva, so Mahini, and all these things. And there are 11 types of forms that are mentioned. This is Shiva are earth, water, fire, air, ether, sun, moon, and performance of sacrifice. So it is that this is, and in this form, the Rudra is only one-handed Rudra in water. It is mentioned like that. And there is one more important information we need to understand. This is very important. That special Jiva take the role of Shiva. So now, as Brahma, sometimes Lord also becomes Brahma. Similarly, we should understand Shiva should consider like Shesha, which is having two forms. Shesha has two forms. Shesha means uh, uh, there is living entity Shesha, who is empowered incarnation, who carries the all the universes, and there is Shesha where Lord is lying. The Shesha where Lord is lying is Vishnu Tattva, whereas the Shesha that is carrying the universes is Jiva Tattva, empowered incarnations, like that. So, and so the first expansions are termed as Bhagavatavesh, and the second expansions are termed as Shaktavesh. So then here there are different names that are given for Lord Shiva, and Shiva has two forms. Shiva is in two aspects. Now, when the Shastras are glorifying as Shiva as Supreme Lord, they are glorifying that form of the Lord, like that. And it is very clearly mentioned that Govinda becomes Shiva by accepting a relationship with Tamoguna by his will. So this is from Brahma Samhita. Prabhupada is also writing. So the form called Sadashiva is devoid of any trace of tamas, is directly Narayana, the Vilasa or Swamsha or Swayam Rupa Krishna, and is the cause of all causes. That form is described as dwelling in Shivaloka. That is also a Vaikuntha. This is explained in the Vayu Purana. Now we will come to the next verse where here beginning of Kumaras is explained. स एव प्रथमं देव कुमारं सर्गमारं ब्रह्मचर्यम् अखण्डितम्. First of all, in the beginning of creation, there are four unmarried sons of Brahma, the Kumaras, who, being situated in a vow of celibacy, underwent severe austerities for realizing the absolute truth. Now, why Brahma is not mentioned as first, it is not clear, but it is uh, mentioned here that first of all it is four Kumaras. So, we'll read purport. The creation of the material world is affected, maintained, and then annihilated by certain intervals. So, there are different names of the creations in terms of particular type of uh, Brahma, the father of living means in creation. The Kumaras are above mentioned appeared in Kumara creations of the material world, and to teach us the process of Brahman realization, they underwent a severe type of disciplinary actions as bachelors. Now, what creation we have is now Kumara creation. Now, from here, now, I will just read the translations, and because tomorrow we have to take this 28th verse, and I wanted to reach 28 today, so we have 20 verses. Based on the time, we'll see how much we'll cover the purport. So first we'll read all the translations, then we'll go for the purports, because uh, lifetime mentioned in the post is not known. Shamukham is a living entities who is Shesha, holding all universe. So what is the lifetime? Generally, it is at least one kalpa, that is one day of Brahma. Brajgopal Prabhu is asking that is there a scriptural reference mention the source of Lord Shiva being Mahavishnu? Yes, yes, it is there in Laghu Bhagavatamrita. You are not able to see my screen. I am reading 1.3.7. Okay. So here we are. I will just tell briefly about all the incarnations. Then we'll read only the translation till 27, and then we'll come back to purports. Then whatever happens, that happens. Otherwise, it will be homework for you, because for 20 next tomorrow we are going to take very important verse of Bhagavatam, that is 28th verse. So uh, this is homework. So we'll see how much we will cover. We have only half an hour, but I'll explain because some very important explanations are there about Kumaras and all, and how to remember. Now, this is very important that Kumaras, why they appear, there is, and they brought to give knowledge. And what is this knowledge meant for? This knowledge is not that this world is not meant for our enjoyment. This is a very essential knowledge that they came to bring us. This is the first avataras. Because naturally everybody thinks that okay, this world is for my enjoyment. We have come. But here they are coming and everything that the Kumar is come. No, no, no. This is not the point. They are telling. And Kumara. Mara means death. Mara is another name of Kandarpa, god of love. Because of god of love, everybody is dying. So is called Kumara. So they are actually the first incarnations, and they are explaining that how this world is not for our. And another point here is very important. What they are trying to explain is uh, Kumara means those who are free from the influence of lust. So that means they don't have Kandarpa with them. So they are free from this sexual desire. That's why they try to remain at the age of 5 only. And that means because the indulgence of lust ultimately leads to death. It shortens our life. This is the first lesson. Now the structure we'll see how these 4 incarnations. So the first 6 are Brahmanas. So Brahmana has 4 duties: Patan, Patan, Yajan, Yajan, Dana, Pratigna. The 6 avatars are Brahmanas. First are Kumaras. Then comes Varahadev. Then is Narada. The first 3 are very easy to remember: Kumara, Varaha, Narada. Kumaras brought Jnana Marg, path of Jnana, and Varaha is Karma Marg, karma sacrifices. And whereas, so when uh, we, we will describe the form of Varaha also, how each part of the Varahadev represents the sacrifice, that I will, we'll see if we have time, we'll discuss today. And Varaha is a special incarnation of Lord that raises the earth from the mud after sacrifice. And now, whenever sacrifice has to be performed, they need mud to make the sacrificial form. From they go to the forest, and where the wild boars, they dig the earth. That earth they take, which is considered most auspicious for sacrifice. There are some details of that. We'll come to that. And sacrifice is necessary. Sacrifice in order to elevate or purify the earth. That is the meaning of sacrifice of purification. Therefore, this avatar is Karma Yoga. So first is Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga. Is going to teach Bhakti. So it's very important. It's 3 Brahmanas, Karma. So there are 3 ways in this world to elevate. To degrade, we have unlimited ways. Elevate is Karma Yoga, Karma, Jnana, and Upasana. Like that. Jnana, Karma, and Bhakti. Therefore, the first 3 avatars, they are teaching Karma and Jnana. And they are Brahmanas, and Varahadev also has Brahmanical god, is the personification of sacrifice. And he fought to establish actually the sacrifice. Earth is not there, you cannot do sacrifice, because earth is what is Karma Bhumi. All the sacrifices are performed in earth only. So to elevate Vedic sacrifices, the path of yoga, the path of rituals. And then there is another three incarnations of Brahmanical incarnations are Naranara and Rishi. Naranara Rishi, he taught what? Austerities, yoga. Is easy to remember. And Narada Muni, he gave this Narada Pancharatra, which is Satvata Tantra, which is also called. He also taught deity worship, Narada Muni, Upasana Kanda. And now Narana Rishi taught austerities. And then there are two more incarnations. One is Kapila, who taught Sankhya, and Dattatreya, he taught Mayavada. Now we say, why Mayavada? We'll come to that. So whom he taught this Maya? They say he taught to Prahlad only. It is given in Bhagavatam that Prahlad meets this Avadut Brahman. Avadut Brahman is that Dattatreya only. And this impersonal Dattatreya is one of the acharyas of this Brahmavad. Now, they say there is some tendencies, and there are God is incarnating as Buddha to teach atheism. He is appearing as different, like here Dattatreya as impersonalism, and we see that he is also sometimes appears as Shiva or Brahma. We need not worship that forms. Now, why Lord accepts teaching everything that is needed? Because he don't have any problems. He is very broad-minded. He is not sectarian. He teaches everything because all the living entities, they have different desires. So Lord facilitates them, and he comes and teaches atheism also. And so what you need, depending on place, time, circumstances, he gives them. So that's why he is teaching everything without any reservations. And Shankaracharya also we see, it's also empowered by Lord. Now, Dattatreya, he appeared from Anasuya and Atri. Atri means three, is three gunas. One who is beyond three gunas is Atri. And Anasuya means who, Suya means envy, Anasuya means no envy. And this story is very interesting story, that she, Narada Muni goes and glorifies about Anasuya in front of Parvati, Lakshmi, and and Saraswati. Then they say, okay, let us test. They send their husbands to test Anasuya, and they say, go and ask Charity, and she is considered the most chaste, but you should go and see that she is no more like that. And they go and ask Charity, because they come as Brahmanas, and she says, okay, I'll serve whatever you want. He says, we want charity. They said, okay, I'll feed you food, prasadam. They say, but the condition is you should not have any clothes. Then she thinks, how is this test? Then she takes the kamandlu of her husband, where all this mantra water is there. She sprinkles on them. They become small children, and they nicely feeds them happily. And their wives are waiting outside. What is happening? What is happening? They didn't come. And then later on they come, and then they, the story how they could not recognize who is who. And she applies the tilak on their forehead. They understand, okay, now you make them proper. So she makes them proper. And then she asks the benediction that you become my children. And then we have Dattatreya, Soma, and Durvasa. That's what is it is explained in Bhagavatam. So here, that is Dattatreya. This is fourth canto is described this story. And then there are three Kshatriya avatars that need to be remembered. So we have remembered six. Even though four Kumaras are four, they are considered one. Kumaras, Narada, and we have Varaha, who are Karma, Jnana, and Yoga. And then there is Sankhya by Kapila, and Dattatreya is impersonalism, and we have Naranara and Rishi, who are teaching yoga. So all six are very easy: Karma, Jnana, Yoga, Bhakti, and impersonalism, and Sankhya. So you remembered all six now. We'll go for the next three. Next three are also very easy. One is Yajna, who comes as Indra. The Lord comes as Indra also sometimes. So this is Yajna. And then there is Rishabhadev, and then there will be Prutu. Prutu Maharaj also is a Kshatriya, he ruled. and he protected his subjects and he guided the path of religion, and this is a very important incarnation. It is said that that time Indra was yajna and Prithvi was the ruler. So like that. And and Rishabdev his teachings are very famous. And then mm, and then there is Rishabh. He instructed Dharma. Prithu is the most desirable of all incarnations. It is said because his incarnation only fed everything. He supported. He gave good. All the people are very pleased. This form of Kshatriya. Right? So we have three Kshatriyas, six Brahmanas. Now we have Vaishyas. Vaishyas are four. First is Matsya. Matsya he gave grains. We don't know much detail, but he presented grains. He protected and presented grains. That is Matsya. And another incarnations which are related to Vaishyas are all three at the churning the ocean of milk. So easy to remember. Who are at the churning of ocean of milk? Kurma, Dhanvantri, and Mohini. So they are also coming under category of Vaishyas. So you can remember the three things. Who at the churning of ocean of milk along with Matsya, who is also in water, and other are in milk ocean. So is Kurma, Dhanvantri, and Mohini. All this easy to remember. He gave Kurma, Mohini is Matsya gave grains, Dhanvantri gave his pot of medicines and all. And now Varnashram is over. We have Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishyas. Now other incarnations are easy to remember. This is now how many are over? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now 14th incarnation is Narsimhadev. From here onwards, we know the sequence. Narsimhadev 14. After Narsimhadev, there is Vamana and Parashurama 15, 16. 17, 18 is Vyasadev and Lord Rama. So we know these incarnations. Narsimhadev, Vamandev, and Parashurama. In between Vyasadev and then Lord Rama. And then 1920 are Balram, Krishna and Balram. So then the other incarnation. Then there is Buddha and Kalki like that. So we easily remember all these incarnations now. So this last 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 to 20 is Narsimhadev, Vamanadev, Parashurama, Vyasadev, Rama, Balrama, and Krishna. So now we will just read the translation till 27, then we'll come back to purports. And it will be homework based our time. Enjoy. So this is text 7. It is so I will not read the shlokas. Some shlokas only will read because it will save time. The supreme enjoyer of all sacrifices accepted the incarnation of a boar, the second incarnation, and for the welfare of earth, he lifted the earth from nether regions of the universe. So, and then in the millennium of rishis, the personality of Godhead accepted the third empowered incarnation, the famous Devarishi Narada. So 3 done. Who is a sage among the demigods? He collected expositions of the Vedas which deal with the devotional service and which inspires non-fruitive actions. Clear? So 3 incarnations: karma, jnana, and bhakti. And then Turye dharma kala sarge nara narayana ava rishi bhutvatmopasamagam mopeshtam akroda duscharam tapaha. In the 4th incarnation, Lord became Naranarayana, the twice born of the wife of King Dharma. Thus he undertook severe and exemplary penance to control the senses. And then Panchama Kapalo Nama. So the 5th incarnation, named Lord Kapila, is the foremost among perfected beings. He gave an exposition of creative elements and metaphysics to Asuri Brahmana. For in the course of time, this knowledge has been lost. And then we have the sixth one. The sixth incarnation of Purusha was the son of Atri, was born from the womb of Anasuya, who prayed for an incarnation. He spoke on the subjects of transcendence to Alarka, Prahalada, and others. Others are Yadu and Hayahaya. He is speaking impersonalism. That's six are done. Now we'll see the seventh incarnation was Yajna, the son of Prajapati Ruchi and the wife of Kuti. He from here is a Kshatriyas. First is Yajna. He controlled the period during the region of Swayambhu Manu, was assisted by demigods such as his son Yama. And then the eighth incarnation of King Rishabha, son of King Nabi, and his wife was Meru Devi. In this incarnation, the Lord showed the path of perfection, which is followed by those who have fully controlled their senses and who has honored by all others of life. See, Rishabdev, now only this much only we should follow. After second part of that is for some other people to inspire. That is very important. Like we discussed, na? Like Buddha and Rishabdev second part, Dattatreya. So these incarnations they teach to some other living beings because the Lord is very broad-minded, like that. And then Brahmana in the ninth incarnation, the Lord prayed for by the sages, accepted the body of King Prutu. So three Vaishyas, Rishabdev and Yajna and Prutu, who cultivated the land to yield various products, and for this reason the earth was beautiful and attractive. And we have, when there was complete inundation after the period of Chakshusha Manu and the whole world was deep within water, the Lord accepted the form of fish and protected Vayoshottama, keeping him up on the boat. Now I'll explain some of other incarnations. This is very important. Yeah, Prahlad only say. And also there are other important information about Kumara. Appearance of Kumaras, they appear in the first kalpa of Kumaras and Narada. They appear in the first kalpa of Brahma, and then they stay till whole. That means all 14 mantras. And then when it comes to Varahadev, the incarnation of boar, it is said there are two incarnations. One is who appeared in the first millennium, Swayambhu Manvantara. That time the earth was fallen, that's why he just comes. He's in white form. And in the Chakshush Manvantara, again he comes. That time he comes to kill Hiranyaksha. Again live there. So this is a second form. So there are two forms. One is black in color. So this is, one is white. White one is considered for sacrifice. And it is also said that Matsya also appeared twice. Matsya Avatar also. During the Swayambhu Manvantara, Matsya killed the demon and picked the Vedas. And second time at Chakshush Manvantara, he comes to show mercy to Satyavata Muni. So there are two times. One is Swayambhu Manu time and Chakshush Manvantara time. Also, it is mentioned in the Vishnu Dharmottara that every Manvantara ends. That means 100, in a day of Brahma, there are 14 Manus. So at the end of every Manu, there is a Pralaya. And that time again Matsya appears. So it is said that Matsya appears 14 times. 14 appearances of Matsya Avatar are there. This is according to Vishnu Dharmottara. So like that. And also that, however, is some information about Matsya Avatara, because it is mentioned he's coming 14 times, like. And then the 11th incarnation of Lord took the form of tortoise, who shall serve as a pivot for the Mandarachal hill, which are being used as a churning rod by the theist and atheist of the universe. So this is from here the three incarnations of churning the ocean of milk. They are all Vaishya, considered in the Vaishya category. As far as remember, Lord of course is not Vaishya. Just and it is said that in the 12th incarnation, the Lord appeared as Dhanvantri, and the 13th he allured the atheist by the charming beauty of a woman and gave nectar to the demigods to drink. The three of them they gave, so they are vicious here. So we have completed Karnashram category. So there are four: Matsya, Kurma, Dhanvantri, and Mohini. They are all under that category. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisance. Prabhu, in Matsyavatar, no, recently on 9th canto, I was asked to give a class. In that it's written, Prabhupada is saying, according to commentary, Matsyavatara comes once in Swayambhuva Manu time and once in Vaivastha Manu time, beginning of Vaivastha Manu. So one time it took, one Rakshasa to call the Vedas and so he came to kill that Rakshasa and give back Vedas to Brahma. And at another time, it helped Markandeya or some Rishi to cross when there was Pralaya. So that means at every time it comes, it does different avatars, Matsya avatar, different stories, does, sir?
Yeah. Every time it is coming. Actually, according to Vishnu Dharmatra, it is coming 14 times. So Satyavata Muni is the second time it is coming. That is what the two stories we know about, Swayambhu Manu and Satyavata Muni. Siddhar Swami says they come only 2 times, but Vishnu Dharma says 14 times. So we don't have any problem. It comes
Oh,
1 time.
wonderful. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for this clarification. Hare Krishna.
So we'll just complete the list till we have a few more shlokas. So before we reach. So whichever purports we are near reading, please from 7th onwards, it's homework till 28th. So in the 14th incarnation, the Lord appeared as Narsingadev and bifurcated the strong body of the atheist Hiranyakashipu with his nails, just as a carpenter pierces a cane. Lord assumes the form of a doll Ramana Vamana and visited the arena of the sacrificial arrangement by Maharaj Bali. Although at heart he was willing to regain the kingdom of the 3 planetary system, he simply asked for a donation of 3 steps of land. It's a very interesting. When in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, when Nardamuni goes to Indra and he says, "Arey, you are so fortunate. Lord came as your brother and he gave back the kingdom to you." And then Indra says, "Arey, what you speak?" And no, he always humiliates me. Very bad. Even though I wanted kingdom, he could have given the kingdom by winning. And he defeated Bali. How he gave the kingdom? He just went and asked charity, and Bali gave charity. And now always there is a comment that no, you just got charity this kingdom. So even though I'm enjoying this kingdom, I cannot enjoy it because I always remember, "Arey, big mang ke liya." No, you begged and got it. So he is doing, but he is not doing it properly. He could have done some other way. And no, when I told him Vritrasur is there, you kill. And Lord comes and tells, "Okay, you go to Dadichi and ask his backbone to make his pure Vajra." And now Dadichi is the person whom I had a great fight because Dadichi gave Ashwini Kumaras Somaras, which they are not deserving. According to them, they are not demigods. They should not be given. And then they had an agreement. Then Indra warned Dadichi, "I'll kill you." And they said, "Okay, don't worry. He will kill you and we'll make you alive again." So you give this knowledge. So in that way, Dadichi is a very strong enemy of Indra. And Vishnu says, "Go to Dadichi and ask." And no, it's such a humiliating for Indra. Right? I killed him. He's my enemy. And you're telling me to go and ask him only. And there is no option. So in that way, many times for churning the ocean milk also, Lord says, "Okay, go and to Bali and ask." So Lord is always trying. Indra says he always humiliates. So here also, he gave this by asking donation. So donation to Indra. So Indra is very unhappy with this. Anyway, so we'll complete our at least translations. In the 16th incarnation of Godhead, the Lord, as Bhrugupati, annihilated the administrative class Kshatriyas 21 times, being angry with them because of their rebellion against the Brahmanas, the intelligent class. Thereafter, in the 17th incarnation of Godhead, Sri Vyasadeva appeared in the womb of Satyavati So Parashara Muni, and he divided one Veda into several branches and sub branches, seeing that the people in general were less intelligent. So these are nice purports. Please don't miss. Please do the homework. It will take half an hour only for you. And then Narya Chikirshaya Samudra Nigrahadini Chakra Varyani Atah Param. In the 18th incarnation, the Lord appeared as King Rama in order to perform some pleasing work for the demigods. He exhibited superhuman power by controlling the Indian Ocean and by killing the atheist king Ravana, who was on the other side of the sea. And then in the 19th and 20th incarnations, this is very important. Yes. So, Eko Vimshate Vimshata me Vishnu Papya Janmani Rama Krishnaiva iti Huo Bhagavan Aharat Brahman. So this word Bhagavan is used only when Krishna came. In all other shlokas, you will not find Bhagavan. That's why I'm reading this. In the 19th and 20th incarnation, Lord advented himself as Lord Balrama and Lord Krishna in the family of Vrishni, the Hindu dynasty, and by so doing, he removed the burden of it. And now he listed all, in that he listed Krishna and Balram. So that's why people may say, this is also a list of Rama and Krishna. No, it's Bhagavan. So this is Harat from Haram. So then we have 24th. Then in the beginning of Kali Yuga, the Lord will appear as Lord Buddha, son of Anjana, in the province of Gaya, just for the purpose of deluding those who are envious of the faithful theist. So this is the 21st incarnation. So last one will be very easy to remember. Thereafter, at the conjunction of two yugas, the Lord of the creation will take his birth as Kalki incarnations and become the son of Vishnu Yad. At this time, almost all the rulers of earth will have degenerated into plunderers. And then Avatarani Asankyaye Hare Sattva Nidhe Vija Yatavadish Dasini Kulaya Sarasasya Sahasrasaha. O Brahman, the incarnations of Lord are innumerable, like the rivers flowing for inexhaustible sources of water. And then Rishayo Manavo Deva Munuputra Mahaujasa Kala Sarve Hareryeva Saprajapyatya Samsrita Smrita, sorry. Saprajapatya Smrita. Gods and the descendants of Manu who are especially powerful, all plenary portions and portions of plenary portions of the Lord. This also includes the Prajapatis. So this is what we will discuss tomorrow in detail. That's why I took, if you do homework, then it will be easy. Etesham sakalapam saha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. This verse now we'll have a little more detail. That's why then if you do this homework, it will be easy. So maybe we will take 2-3 purports. We have 5 more minutes. If you don't, we will just cover the purports of 2-3 and remaining things are homework. And any questions are there? We will take. Otherwise, I'll just read the purports. Yes, Mataji.
One quick question, Prabhu. See, you said one Acharya says Vatsyavatar comes 2 times. Another Acharya says 14 times. Now, we learned that as it is commentary means, everyone gets some revelation. That means one Acharya who said he gets 2 times only, means for him only 2 times was revealed. And for the other person, 14 times is revealed. Is it, am I to understand like that, Prabhu?
There is nothing like wrong and right. Acharyas gives means we say, okay, he said that, he said this. We say both are right. We don't have any comments on it. It
Okay,
is right.
Prabhu. Thank
I
you.
don't know how it is right, but it is right.
That is correct. Okay, no problem.
So we have questions in the comment. In 1.3.5 purport mentioning about Yuga avatars, which are incarnations appearing in Satyuga, Treta Yuga, and Daga, who are white and red color. Yeah, red or black also it is mentioned in Lagu Bhagavatam about Varaha. Uh, okay, this which is incarnations Satya Tirtha. Oh, this Prabhupada writes in the purport. No? We'll read the purport again. In the sorry. So I didn't understand the question. No, I understood. Sorry, sir. In the purport. So in this Yuga Avataras incarnation millenniums, Satya the incarnations of each yuga are different colors. The colors are white, red, black, and yellow. So in Dwapara Yuga, black is Krishna, yellow is Lord Chaitanya Prabhupada says, and the color is Hamsa, red color is I think Yajna. Is what I remember. White is Hamsa, I remember. Red, I'm not remembering. Somebody knows. As far as it's Yajna, but still, if somebody knows, they can tell what is red. Red is Rama. No, Rama is not. This is not Rama. Some other name only. I forgot the name. If I remember, I will let you know. And where is where is Sambala as mentioned in purport 25? It is somewhere in Uttar Pradesh. We don't know. Uttar Pradesh, the Sambala. And another question is, why did four Kumaras remain 5 years old? It is due to curse or they choose it? They choose it because they don't want to get affected by Rakta Varaha, but not not Varaha. This red, I will again find Mataji. I will ask. I will see. I will refer Lagbhav if what is red is given. I am not remembering. Maybe it can be. I am not sure. White I am no, and other two are mentioned here, but I am not remember. I will find out. If it can be, I am not sure. And Kumaras chose to be 5 years because they thought they don't want to be Mara. They don't want to die. Because if somebody indulge in enjoying, then he is going to die. That's how it is. White is Hamsa avatar. Yes, ma'am. Chandrika Mataji, you had.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, ma'am.
Pranam, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I want to know that again, this is said like one should associate with like-minded devotees. So, what exactly this mean by saying like-minded devotees?
Like-minded. Like-minded means they are also having the same prayojana and their abhidaya is also pure, and along with that they also have same mood in the service. Like now we all want to hear Bhagavatam, so this is like-minded devotees. They all are interested in Bhagavatam. We are sitting and discussing Bhagavatam. And then there are devotees who are interested in certain particular service. They like deity worship, so you have to associate. If you are interested in deity worship, you also associate with the devotees who are interested in deity worship. In that way you will be able to nicely do that service, and you will feel enthusiasm in doing that service. This is one understanding of like-minded. Means you are interested in, we are in same parampara, and we are following Prabhupada, and not only that, we also are doing. These are all like-minded.
Okay, so like in common is we are following Srila Prabhupada, that is. Then again in that also we have some particular service, so we are interested
Ah,
in that. Then so we have many like-minded people. Na Prabhuji, some if we are interested in Bhagavatam reading, so like for this time we are all are like-minded devotees. Then my
we are
then
all
if I
interested
have
in.
other service of preaching service, book distribution, then I have to associate with that kind of people like-minded, those who are
Ah,
interested in that. So they varies, no? Not only 3-4 devotees I have to associate. It's not like
Yeah.
this, no?
Yeah, this is will help. Even 2-3 devotees who are very close and know they are ready to hear and discuss. So we have to be with them so that it will help doing our service to Krishna nice. It need not be big number. It can be 1-2 devotees, 2 devotees. One devotee also is like minded. Need not
Okay.
be.
And also probably this question, then again this point comes that we have to share our that shloka from Nectar of Instruction, six
Dadati
six
Pratigruhnati. Yeah.
devotee. Yeah. So Prabhuji, like what is the base of that? Matlab, how to find that this person is whom I can share and all? So that devotee, at least, how can we know that this is we are talking about?
We it is you have to identify and we can do with other devotees also, not that they should only be within
One.
they need not be only reading Bhagavatam or in your group. They can be other devotees. When you go to temple, you can give something to devotees, make some prasadam at home, and when you meet the devotees on Sundays, you can give them prasadam, you can give some gifts. We try to develop relationship, and you can call them and discuss Bhagavatam with them and invite devotees to your home for prasadam. So like that, we can have these exchanges with devotees. And so in that way, we try to develop relation, because that is very important. Why we have to do the first two and last two? Because we will be able to reveal our heart and make progress. We will be able to discuss with them Krishna Katha. That is the closest relation we can have with anybody, to discuss about Krishna Katha. And that we will be able to share our realizations, our experiences. So for that, we need some devotees whom we can trust to develop that. This is how we can progress in spiritually, because actually it's a very difficult process. After you go more and more, it becomes, we have to be more and more careful. That for that we need always association of devotees, because they'll always protect us. Otherwise, we may anytime getting distracted and deviated. So Monica Mata is telling it difficult to exchange when we are connected through online. Yeah, you can invite them to your house sometime. Some Krishna Katha discussion personally, you can call them and you can have discussions and you can revise what lectures we are hearing. That is also another way of associating with each other. And yeah, many are there. And if you want to know more detail, this is all these 4 exchanges. This uh, very nicely elaborately discussed in Bhaktya Loka. Uh, uh, of course, not exchange are discussed, but nectar of instruction 2 verses are very nicely discussed. So yeah, we can exchange our thoughts. But invite devotees for prasadam to your house, and that is the best way. You develop relation, and you'll be very happy with devotees like that. That's what I felt I am trying to do. I invite some devotees, some kampat prasadam. So when we sit with devotees and have prasadam, and then we become very open and we feel the protection also very nicely. If you call devotees for prasadam and cook for them nicely and feed them, you will feel so much protection. And then you sit and discuss some Krishna Katha, whatever you have heard. They will also share something. That's all. It's very simple. Okay, thank you, Villain. We are completed our time. So please do your homework. Please. It's a request. It's half an hour time you'll able to complete. So just take half an hour today